The brown marmorated stink bug is a species of stink bug that has fairly recently been introduced to the United States. Because they're an introduced pest, they cause more damage than other stink bugs in the United States. They're commonly referred to as stink bugs because of the scent glands located on the underside of the thorax, as well as the dorsal surface of the abdomen. When smashed, they release a foul smell. Stink bugs have a shield-like shape and are generally as long as they are wide. Adults grow to be roughly 17 millimeters long, a little over half an inch. Brown marmorated stink bugs are various shades of brown on their backs and belly sides. They also have splotches of bluish, metallic, and copper color on their heads. Their elliptical-shaped eggs are attached side by side underneath leaves in clumps of 20 or 30. They are approximately 1.6 millimeters long and have a light yellow to yellowish-red tint. Here are some examples of the brown marmorated stink bug eggs, as well as an adult brown marmorated stink bug. In cooler northern states, brown marmorated stink bugs only have one generation per year. In warmer southern states, however, as many as 5 generations can occur per year. In the spring, roughly 2 weeks after rising from their resting places, adults will begin to mate. Females then begin to lay masses of eggs at weekly periods. 4 to 5 days later, the first instar nymphs emerge from the eggs. Brown marmorated stink bugs have 5 nymphal instars that each last, depending on temperature, about 1 week. This is an example of the life cycle of the brown marmorated stink bug. A single female can lay as many as 400 eggs in a single lifetime. In northern areas, where a single lifetime is only 1 year, females have been studied laying eggs from June to September. Because they lay new eggs continuously during a single season, several different nymphal stages can be seen at the same time on one particular plant. There are many different hosts to brown marmorated stink bugs. This is just a list of the few. Particularly soybeans are notable here in North Carolina. This is some damage done to some soybean plants as well as the beans themselves. The range of the brown marmorated stink bug. After being introduced into Pennsylvania, the brown marmorated stink bug was later found in North Carolina, and stink bugs have spread swiftly throughout North Carolina, Piedmont, and mountains since they were first noted in Forsyth County in 2009. As of their latest report in early 2014 of this year, there are stink bugs in 64 of the 100 counties in North Carolina. The following map shows the distribution of brown marmorated stink bugs throughout the United States. As you can see, North Carolina is under an agricultural and nuisance problems section, but it has not yet been considered severe agricultural and nuisance problems. This is a range for the counties in North Carolina. And like I said before, they're mainly in the Piedmont and the mountains of the state. There are a few scattered. It looks like they're starting to spread towards the coast. This is just some individual reportings. Now, as we get into the PAMS approach, keep in mind um, the four parts of PAMS: prevention, avoidance, monitoring, and suppression. And like I said before, the brown marmorated stink bug causes much more damage in the United States than any other species of stink bug because they're an introduced pest. Because they've been introduced so recently, there's still much ongoing research being conducted in order to find proper management tactics. As far as prevention goes, other than pest-resistant crops, there are really no known preventions for brown marmorated stink bugs in the agricultural context. Not all crops affected by brown marmorated stink bugs have resistant cultivars. Getting rid of stink bugs in homes while they are overwintering and contained in close quarters will reduce the number that will disperse and reproduce within crops in the spring. In the residential setting, homeowners can prevent the invasion of stink bugs in their homes by keeping doors and windows closed and seal off areas where the insects can enter through. They tend to like dark, tight spaces. This, however, is only beneficial for the homeowner and not for farmers. The next step to PAMS, the avoidance. Avoidance measures such as crop rotation can be used to break the life cycle of stink bugs on specific crops. Farmers must rotate hosts of brown marmorated stink bugs with crops that the stink bugs will not lay on and snack on. Certain pheromone traps have been identified to contain stink bugs. In many cases, avoidance methods also overlap with prevention methods. And again, because it's such a new pest, there's still a lot of research being done. So this is where monitoring comes in a lot, since there's still a lot of this research and monitoring going on. There are several Eastern teams that have teamed up with USDA ARS, and they've put together a study to improve pheromone lures and traps. So they're coming up with the latest and greatest and the best ones that'll work, which will be used along with scouting and damage data to report the movement of the brown marmorated stink bug as it is still being introduced to other parts of the United States and other parts of North Carolina. They're also developing models that will predict population density in crops, which, like I said before, a lot of the PAMS approaches kind of overlap with each other, so the prediction of the populations go along with the prevention and avoidance as well. And lastly, we have suppression. The best known short-term choice for controlling and suppressing brown marmorated stink bugs is by insecticide application because they disperse in such large, aggressive groups. Research shows that brown marmorated stink bugs are intrinsically tolerant to a wide group of chemicals. So researchers are having a hard time finding ones that will actually kill the stink bugs. Many being ones that are currently used for stink bug control. Because they've been introduced so recently, there's still ongoing research, like I said, being conducted in order to find proper management tactics. A list of insecticides for the use on fruits and vegetables can be found at the website at the bottom of this page. And the photo sources from this video are as followed.